Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. So today is day number 4 of the low spin, no spin pantry fridge freezer challenge of July. The kids and I are on a very low budget. We actually didn't have any grocery money, but we got a deposit on Saturday of last week, and I was deciding to save that money. I'm going to pull out $23 to do groceries, but I decided to wait until this week, Wednesday, which is today, 4th of July. Happy 4th, because it starts a new sales cycle for us. So the kids and I have a pretty well-stocked fridge, freezer, and pantry. We don't need a lot of things, but the things we do not have are fresh produce and fruit. We are totally out of all the fresh produce and fruit we did have. I do have some canned pineapples, I think, but other than that, we don't have anything. This week, I am staying away from Harris Teeter simply because it will, if I go in there, I'm going to want a coupon, and I don't have couponing money, so I'm not even going to go there. I did hear that there is a rumored Super Doubles for the 8th, 9th, and 10th, which would be Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. If there is a Super Doubles, I'm going to use high dollar value coupons just to get free items, because I don't have coupon money for cheap items this week. So I'm going to see if they have any free items if we do have the Super Double, and use the coupons that I have. And thank you so much if you're a coupon friend and you have sent me coupons. So I'm actually going to be doing 2 grocery hauls. I'm going to be doing my grocery haul, which is for my $23. And my son is actually having some friends over to the house tonight, and he asked me to cook something specifically for them, but he is paying for those groceries. So I'm going to pick up, I'm just doing some sliders. I think I'm going to do some Mexican street corn, and he asked me for chocolate chip cranberry banana bread. So I'm going to be doing those 3 items for him, and I'll be paying for that very separately. He's bringing, it's going to be 4 of them here tonight. So they eat a lot, so he has to pay for that this week. Normally I would not ask him to do that, but because we are on a no spin, low spin, it's just not something I can do, and he was fine with paying for it. It's no problem. Knowing that I am at $23 for my grocery budget this week, I am going to Aldi. So I pulled up the Aldi ad for today, for this week. So I pulled up the Aldi ad for this week, and I'm looking at some things that I could potentially get with my $23. And here's what I'm thinking. Corn is 5 for $1, so I think I'm going to get some sweet corn. I think I'm going to try to get 20 of those. I'm going to maybe get 20. So I'm going to say between 10 and 20. Because if I get 10, I'm going to cut them in 3s to make mini corns. So that'll give me 30. So maybe I'll just get between 10 and 20. Because I only have the $23. My California nectarines are 99 cents a pound. I think I'm going to grab some of those. I do not like I love peaches, but I don't like the fuzz. So I'm going to get nectarines, and I'm just writing everything down in my handy dandy notebook, because this is what I'm taking with me to the grocery store. Strawberries are $1.29 a package, so I'm going to get 2 things of strawberries. They will only last a day in this house if I get that. And then further down, the zucchini is 89 cents a pound. So I'm going to get some zucchini. I used some last week in a dish, and it worked out just fine. Then they also have the seedless watermelons. I'm going to try to find a nice watermelon, and I think that will be good to have on hand. Continuing over, just looking at the sale ad, I'm going to get some salsa because we're out of salsa, and I use that in quite a few recipes this week. The salsa con queso looks good, but I don't know because that's $2. Maybe. I'm going to put it down here. I might. We'll see. Okay, moving forward. I'm going to get some bottled water because I think we're out of bottled water. I'm going to get some buns because we have some hamburgers in the fridge. Oh, that was the end of the ad. I saw something else in here that I wanted to look at. Let me see. I'm going to get some of the chips, the tortilla chips, the yellow rounds or the white rounds, because they're only 89 cents. So I'm going to get those. These cherries up here look so good. Like I want to buy that, but I don't think I'm going to. Couple other things that I think I'm going to add onto this list is I'm going to try to get some spinach. I love to always get spinach if I can. I may get some more of the seasoning blend because I use that quite a bit. Oh, I do need eggs. So I think this is a pretty good list of the things that I'll be able to get with my $23. I have the sweet corn, the nectarines, the strawberries, zucchinis, watermelon, a Moni dog. Thanks, ma'am. Salsa, the cheese dip is a maybe because I'm not real sure. Water buns, chips, spinach, seasoning blend, eggs. And I think, okay, for my son, I have to get cranberries. I have to get chocolate chips. I have to get the sugar-free cake mix. I have to get Hawaiian rolls. I have to get the rotisserie chicken. I'm just going to buy that already made. And I think, oh, I'm going to get some Parmesan cheese because I don't think I have any more of that for the Mexican street corn. I'm also going to get some ranch packets because I think I'm going to do Mississippi roast or chicken, something in the next week or so. So this is my list. These are the things that I'm going to get for our low spin, no spin. And of course, I'll put my grocery haul out tomorrow. But I did want to share some other things with you guys. So let's go into my garage. All right, you guys, we're going into the garage. I wanted to share something with you. And I definitely hope that nobody ever thinks that I'm tooting my own horn, because I'm really not. I just want to encourage people to not leave trash in the garage. Thanks. That was not what I wanted to say, but it drove home a point. So, of course, I have not done anything here yet. I have not done anything with my table, but I will be doing something with it. I'm doing the 30 bags in 30 days with Sophia from My Great Challenge, so I will be doing some stuff here. I actually am just about out of toilet paper, so I'm actually going to have to get some at some point. I have some extra books, so I think I might have to run over to CVS and see if I can't find some stuff. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. So this is a box of books. Here's a box of baby clothes. And then there's another box of books. So a box of books here, a box of baby clothes, not that, baby clothes. Another box of books, and then there's a box of toys. And then I have a friend of mine, the same friend actually, is getting together some baby shoes. She's cleaning out from her kids. Actually, her and her husband used to be foster parents, and then their 2 children came home. I don't think they foster anymore, so I think they've adopted 2 of their children that they did foster. Anyway, I'm just trying to share, even though you're on a low spend, no spend month, there's always opportunities for you to either give or receive things. And so I belong to a group of homeschool moms, and this one particular mom, we belong to another group called Getting Rid of the Clutter, which of course I have not been really listening to, but they're getting rid of things. And I'm thinking, you know what? Somebody is like me this month. They don't have the money, or they're having a new child, or, you know, we really want to do some summer reading, but we don't have money for books, and going to the library is just not in the gas budget. Whatever the case may be, you know, there's always opportunities to give back to your community. So I said, hey, you know, they posted, does anybody know anybody who needs any books? I know people who need all kinds of stuff. So what I do is I'm a go-between. I don't ever keep this stuff. This is not staying in my home. My sister just started teaching kindergarten at the end of last semester. So she said, hey, I'm going to come by today and look at your books. I have another mom who has little. She's going to come and look. This whole bucket or basket is allocated for another lady in our church who, her and her brand new husband, they haven't even been married a year, are expecting their first child together. So this is going to them. Then she said, hey, I've got some shoes. Do you know anybody? I'm texting people. Listen, I am putting together a text group on my phone. What size your kids wear? What size shoes? There are people out here. And I'm going to turn around for this part just because I don't want you staring at the baskets while I'm talking. Anywho. So there are people out here just like me who are on a low spend or a no spend month and praying for things like, God, my baby needs a new pair of shoes. You know, I saw somebody the other day and I'm thinking, God, I wish I had some clothes to give to that child, or I wish I had this to give to this person. Giving is not everybody's gift. Okay, I get that. So if this is not your gift, that is no problem. It's not for everybody. Somebody's the elbow, somebody's the neck, somebody's the hand, somebody's the foot. Whatever your position or place is in the body of Christ, you do that. But for me, this is a no-brainer. Stuff just comes through my hands, and through my hands, there's nothing in here. These are well below my children's age level for books. I'll go through it just to see if there's anything I'd like to keep here from the nieces or the nephews. And my sister lives in South Carolina. I'm trying to decide what books I need to send to my niece. What can we get that comes through our hands that we can then release out to other people is what God wants us to do. And again, it's summertime. Some people don't work in the summer months like me. They have a hard time making their ends meet. And what we want to do is be that go-between. Be the person whom God created you to be by doing something in your community. I do not go out and feed the homeless. I have a really, really good friend on Facebook. She goes out and feeds the homeless on her lunch break. That's her portion. That's her piece. For me, it's, hey, somebody has something that needs to find a home for somewhere else. I just created an event today called Christmas in July. All this stuff that I have up here, I'm going to pare down some of my things, and we're going to have a home goods swap in my home for anybody that's interested, for our gently used and much loved things to find a different home. Maybe they don't work for me anymore, but they'll find a home with someone else. And then whatever doesn't find a home, I'll either donate it or I'll find a home of somebody who couldn't come to the event. Find your niche, find your piece, and plug in. Do what God is creating you to do, and I'm going to do what God is creating me to do, and it's awesome. So that's just what it's what we have to do. That's just how I see it. And God's just graced me to be able, I may not be able to sow physically or financially into these families during these months because I'm on a lean month. I'm still able to sow in some things to people. So take your spots wherever you can find them, jump in wherever you can, and be a blessing to those that you can. So I just thought I'd share that before I head to the grocery store. Okay, going to the grocery store. Okay, everybody, we're getting ready to start prepping for the get together tonight. My son called and they are on their way. Nice. Oven is heated. So I'm going to be making a banana bread, and I know a lot of people were asking me what is my recipe. This is not my recipe. I actually saw Kimmy from She's in Her Apron make this recipe. So I'm just going to, this is what I use all the time. So I've got some ripe bananas here, and I'm just going to throw these in. This is 2 ripe bananas. She called for 2 or 3. These are just kind of small to medium bananas, so I'm going to use a few more. These are 2 really, really, really small ones in my opinion. And I do want the bread to have a banana flavor. And then I had a couple bananas that I had in the freezer that we did not peel ahead, which we should have peeled first, but we didn't. So they're going to just come out a little bit dark, but they have been in the freezer. Next time we'll peel them ahead. They will still be fine. I think I saw Jay Morrell use some frozen bananas one time, and I was like, ooh. She's like, oh, no worries, it's fine, no problem. I agree. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is use a sugar-free cake mix. This is the yellow kind. This is the kind my son likes. The little kids like the chocolate, but Trandon likes the yellow. So I'm going to, well, before I do that, I'm going to mash my bananas, actually. I do like to get all of my wet ingredients squared away first, or my more moist ingredients squared away first. Because those bananas were extra ripe, and then these others were defrosted, and they were nice and moist, it makes it easier on the mashing. So those are mashed. I'm going to do 2 eggs. And then I'm just going to mix those together. To this, I'm going to add in some cinnamon. I do like to add in cinnamon when I use the yellow kind. I don't add this in when I use the chocolate kind. And I don't measure that. I just mix it so that you can taste the cinnamon. You can use a spice cake mix, and you don't have to use sugar-free. I just use sugar-free because of the Weight Watchers. In goes the cake mix. And then just stir, stir, stir. So this is all mixed up. You can use a hand mixer. You can use a stand mixer, whatever you have. You do not have to use your hand, but it's just easy enough. So I did it that way. So my son likes this with chocolate chips and craisins. So I'm going to do a 1/2 cup. Now, see, I thought I got the mini chocolate chips. And I was at Aldi. I thought I got minis. So I do. And he's eating this. This is not for us. This is for him and his friends. So I did a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. And I'm going to do a little bit over a 1/2 cup of the craisins. Now, to maintain the integrity of the chocolate chips, I'm just going to fold the ingredients in using my rubber spatula. And the point is really just to make sure that you have a little bit of everything. Okay, I'm going to add in 1 more 1/4 cup of the chocolate chips. So 3/4 cup chocolate chips. I really wish I had gotten the right kind and did the mini ones. This is making my nerves bad because I don't use the big ones any other time. So again, that's just a gentle fold. And I'm going to put in 1 more 1/4 cup or about of the cranberries. And you really could put in whatever you want or whatever you enjoy in there. So this is going into a greased baking dish. I'm using a loaf pan, and we're just going to cut these in slices. It's been sprayed with spray oil. .400-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. Good morning. Are you ignoring me? Ma'am. Are you ignoring your mom? Ma'am. Good morning. Get out of the kitchen. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Good morning, you guys. Out of la kitchen. Bye. Goodbye. Dishes. A shame. Good morning, you guys. Welcome back. So I did not finish out day 4 yesterday with the low spin, no spin, simply because my son was here with his friends and they were here for a good long while. And I'm going to lean against this thing. They were here for a good long while, and I was working by the time they left. Up there's somebody. What are you doing? Me? Thinking? Why don't you get your scriptures out? Let's get that done. And then we'll figure something else out that we need to do. So anywho, I'm going to add on today as day 5 of the 4 and 5 and just combine them together. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you into my freezer, and then I'm going to take you, well, I'll take you to the counter first and let you see what I've pulled out for lunches. The kids, Jackson had waffles, I think, and sausage. Alana's having waffles and eggs. She's also having a mountain of strawberries and grapes too, right? Just strawberries. I should buy strawberries for Alana because she doesn't share with anybody else. I did get on the scale this morning. Monday is my official weigh day, but I did get on the scale this morning, and I'm down another 0.2 pounds, so 205.2. On Monday, last week, I was 207.8, so I'm down 2.6 pounds from last week. So I'm just, I'll officially weigh in next Monday coming up, but I always like to check to see if I am in a pattern of weight loss, and right now I seem to be in a pattern of weight loss, which is really good for me. Today I think has the potential to be a high point day, but it's only because of the leftovers that we have, and we still have to get rid of the leftovers. So I don't have to eat a lot of the leftovers, but I do have to eat some because the kids can't eat them all either. So let me show you what we have going on our counter that was left over from yesterday. The kids are going to work on those dishes when they are done with their breakfast. It's just a pot and a pan where I use for the corn. And that was the last thing I cooked yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to get it squared away. But I'll show you what is on my counter that we're going to prep out for lunch. Okay, so here's what's on my counter. So this is Mexican street corn, or my version of it anyway. This is very decadent because I use butter in this. Now, I didn't have any of this yesterday. This was really just for my son and his friends, but they left, he left it here. He will be back later as well. He has to work today, but he's off tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. So in here, what you see is corn on the cob. You probably can see it better. There's corn on the cob, but I put it in some butter and taco seasoning. I melted all that together. We boiled the corn, then we put the corn in the frying pan with the butter and taco seasoning, tossed it, put it in the bowl, and then I sprinkled over some Parmesan cheese with a little bit of just some taco seasoning. So that has to be consumed. I think I'm actually going to cut some of this off the cob and just use it in the lunch dish that I'm making. So here I made sliders for them yesterday. I did ham and cheese sliders. I think this is what this is. This is ham and provolone sliders left over. I think we only had a couple of those left over. I made 2 batches of sliders. And then I made chicken sliders, which I did a barbecue chicken from the rotisserie chicken. But I also added in there onions and peppers and mushrooms and spinach after I got the chicken chopped up. I did the veggies in the fry pan, and then I added the chicken in with the barbecue sauce, and then I put that all over the Hawaiian rolls with the cheese and threw that into the oven. But we don't have any more Hawaiian rolls left, so I can't make more sliders. So this was a leftover chicken. But I do have some of that kind of the creamy rice-a-roni that I did the other day. So I'm going to add those two together and make chicken and rice for lunch. And then I'll add in some of the corn, and maybe I'll do some black beans. I haven't decided, but we've got to get rid of this. So this will be either lunch and dinner, or mainly lunch. My son will be home at some point, so he may want to eat some of that. But it went really well, and this is just a honey mustard sauce. It's one of those Walden Farms, the 0 calorie that we made, and just added in some brown sugar to it for the ham and cheese sliders. And then this was a hit because I got the jalapenos, and what I did was I made the jalapeno filling, and then I wrapped the jalapenos in bacon and rolled them in brown sugar, and I cooked those in the oven. They were really, really good. Just a little bit of heat and a little bit of the brown sugar. I did eat some of those. So that's pretty much what I'm planning out for lunch and dinner. It's a little bit after 8 o'clock in the morning right now, but I always have to have a plan in my mind for what is going to happen. So let me show you my freezer and the fridge and where we look right now, and then my plans moving forward for the rest of today's low spin going into the weekend. Okay, so here's the freezer, and remember, I shop out of my garage freezer and I bring things in. So we have used up some of the veg in here. We've used up quite a bit of veg in here, because that was full. We used up the salmon that was in there. And I am good with the use it up. I just want to use the things that I have. So a few sweet potato fries, I'm going to move that. I'm actually liking the fact that I can see things moving, and then I'll know how much space I have and don't have. And actually, I'm going to put this over there because I actually moved out some veggies that were in this thing. I still have the chicken thighs, which I think I might cook tomorrow, or I'll do the hamburgers. So either one of those will go out of here tomorrow. But we're doing pretty good. Just cooking down and eating down what we have in here. And yeah, I'm pleased with that progress. And then in the fridge here, so I put in some of the fresh produce things that I bought. So there's my zucchini. We have a little bit of the macaroni salad and some tuna salad left. Of course, we'll eat that over the next day. This is the banana bread I made for my son. He likes the chocolate chip with cranberries banana bread. So I made that for his group yesterday, and that's all that's left. I did a loaf pan, and I didn't cut it like I do ours in 24 slices. I just let them do what they want. This ranch is left over from the chicken sliders, so I'll have to probably toss that out or figure out a bowl with a top on it. And then just some parm. This is for the sausages we did not get to eat yesterday. We did pull them out, but the kids actually just grabbed some of the sliders. So we'll probably have sausages tomorrow, which are here. And we did pull those out to cook from the freezer. I have a little turkey ham that I'm going to do some cubes and freeze some of that again, and then just a little bit left of the corn. I'm trying my produce in the produce bucket to see if it will last a little bit longer. So that's pretty much what the fridge and the freezer look like. Got the coffee on. Always have to have the coffee. And then in the pantry, we've moved out some things, not a whole lot, but we're working on it. I do have to get Ma'am some food for today. Jackson's got to put some more waters in here. But I'm going to have a pretty light day, simply because I just don't feel really good. I mean, I'm not explaining it well. My body doesn't feel good. My mind is healthy. I'm not sick. I don't have a cold or anything right now. I just have some body exhaustion, and I don't know why. So again, I'm going to the doctor for, I have to have a test done on Friday. So that has nothing to do with the body exhaustion, I'm sure. But anyway, I'm just tired. I'm not sleeping well. I'm sleeping, but I'm not sleeping well. And it's not because I'm up or I don't feel good. I think that the real answer, let me be truthful, because I always strive to be truthful on these, on my channel, period. You know, truth is very important to me. The truth of why I'm not sleeping is because there's a certain four-legged friend, this four-legged friend, who sleeps in my bed. And she doesn't just, you know, get a little corner and curl up and stay still. She stretches way out. So I'm squished up like this, and I'm in a, and then she gets behind my back, and then she's under my leg, and I can't sleep. The doggone dog won't let me. She will not let me sleep, y'all. You see? You see? No makeup, but do you see these dark circles? It's the dog. That's the truth. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Jackson's in the reading chair doing his scriptures. Very good. Mama I've got to prep for my meeting tonight. But I'm also doing the 30 bags in 30 days. And I'm doing day 4 and 5 today because it's 2 small areas in my house. And I'm behind. So if I get 4 and 5 done today, I'll be caught up. So let me go and get that squared away. We'll bring you back when I get the lunches worked on. And we're probably going to do that for lunch and dinner. And then we'll wrap up this 2-day low spin, no spin challenge that is turning into a vlog. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, everybody. So this is kind of, we didn't show lunch. I apologize. But we just had to eat really quick. But this is what's left over of the chicken and rice. So somebody may eat this for dinner, although I highly suspect they will not, because this will be like thirds, because we've already had this once and then we had it for lunch. I don't know if they will eat that for thirds, but probably yes. I thought the chicken and rice was good. The corn was excellent. I'm going to do a tutorial on my Mexican street corn next time I make it. Maybe I'll do that here in the next day or so. But I wanted to finish up this blog and just kind of show you a few things. Because we're low on treats, Jackson has really been eating up the yogurt. So that's been really good. We have had yogurt for a long time. But when there's been other stuff here, the kids just tend to grab the other stuff. So when it's not here, there's by default just grab what there is. And then pretty much for dinner, they're going to either have the macaroni and salad that's left, or they're going to have tuna sandwiches. So that's what's left, and that's what their choices are. Of course, they can always have the chicken and rice, but that's pretty much their options for dinner. And just some general reflections, like we're really trying to use up the stuff that we have. I'm trying not to just cook more things. All of the corn is gone from yesterday. All of the jalapeno poppers are gone. The banana bread is gone. What else did I make yesterday?
Banana bread's not gone. I'm having that last piece.
Oh, there's one last piece. Excuse me. What did we have yesterday?
The sliders are gone.
The sliders are gone. We had sliders for lunch, and they were really good. I just had 2 of the ham and cheese ones. I didn't get any of the chicken ones. But they are gone. So really, if we finish up the tuna and the macaroni salad, that will have lasted us all week long. And then we'll do another round of batch cooking for the weekend, because I do have some things that I have to do this weekend. We have a party we're going to on Saturday. It's late, so I'm probably not going to do dinner. I'm going to do breakfast and lunch, and I'm actually going somewhere with my sister and a friend of ours. So, you know, I'll do breakfast for the kids. My older son is home. Well, he dropped his stuff is here. His body is not. So he more than likely will be here with the kids. We do have a huge watermelon that I'm going to cut up for the weekend. Please, somebody take the dog out. They're over here having this back and forth with each other, and the dog is not out yet. Like, really, y'all? But I'm not real sure what else I'll do for Friday and Saturday, but something I will batch cook over the weekend, and then I'll show you the Mexican street corn, which is really, it was really good this last time. I actually am working on my blog. I'm reviving a blog that I started about 4 years ago, and I'm just getting back into it. So once I get tonight's blog up, I will link to the blog. It's in WordPress, and it's real general. Like, there's not a whole lot of pictures, and there's no fancy nothing. It's just strict, and it's an inspirational blog. So those of you who enjoy that piece of the videos that I do, it's more inspirational. It's a lot of scripture. You know, it's just things I'm going through in my life or things that the Lord is showing me. So for anybody that's interested in that portion of, you know, videos. And then I'm also going to be doing something called Message Monday, where I know for people who are looking for more faith-based things, like a couple of the videos I've released this past week, I'm going to try to do those on Mondays. So it should be called Message Mondays. I'm picking Mondays because it's the only day of the week that I don't have somewhere to be outside of the house. And so I can plan over my weekend and then just film. So anyway, that is my thought process. And anyway, I'm wrapping up days 4 and 5 of the July low spin, no spin, use it up month. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, thank you for those of you who are joining me. If you're doing low or no spin, let me know. Of course, so far for the month, I've spent $31 on groceries, and we're on the 5th day of the month, so that's pretty good. Less than I spent last month for this time of the week. You know, I think I was at $37 last month for each week. Next week, I don't have any grocery money planned, but we got a deposit this week, so I'm going to do $25 for next week. So I'm just doing groceries deposit by deposit. So whatever I get, if I can get groceries that week, I will. If not, again, we have plenty of food in this house, so we are doing okay. We are doing okay. Praise God. So that's going to be an end to this vlog. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel. If you like this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Just as, hey, we like your video. If you're new around here, hit the red subscribe button. We love to keep you as a part of our YouTube community. Also, hit the little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel for this July low and no spin month. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.